Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at Rachel Wilson goes off on tone policing feminists. Women have made it impossible to speak in the workplace, the schools, the gyms, and anywhere else. If what is said by a man is not said exactly as they would have it said, that man deserves to pay the harshest consequences, leading many men to their HR department or worse. This has caused men to be mostly silent in the workplace, the gym, and other areas of life that they previously felt comfortable expressing themselves in, while the women can slander, demonize, and insult them with little to no repercussion, leading women to be left completely alone to their company of their own communal hive mind, as men dare not say the wrong thing in their presence. Not all women follow in the footsteps, but women like the ones in this video are all around us and are a serious danger to men everywhere. Make sure to hit like and subscribe, comment below, and let's get into the video.
Yeah, it was.
about me.
No, it was about Andrew Wilson.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. I don't know. He brings up tone policing sometimes when people say, well, I agree with you, but I don't like the way you said it. I think it's just because he doesn't meet people where they're at. And I don't think he's
that's a bunch of woman garbage. We have to meet people where they're at.
Do you want to achieve your goals or not?
Right,
like,
exactly.
Do you want the vision that you see for the world or not?
And the vision I see for the world is not going to be met through convincing a bunch of emotional, irrational women that what is reality is non-negotiable.
Why do you have to be hateful in your speech?
It's
like,
not
you never
hateful.
say, you
it's
never,
not.
What about male passivity?
It's more woman garbage.
More
all
women
I'm
garbage.
saying is
More
that
women
y'all
garbage.
gonna let me talk.
You don't have to say it like that, though. You can just say this is
tone
garbage.
policing.
just being emotional like
That's
a woman.
tone policing. It's nonsense. This whole I agree with what you said, but not how you said it. That's shit. And this is the problem with giving women power, because now suddenly everyone's an HR manager, everyone's a hall monitor.
I just don't understand why you have to say woman in front of it.
Because it's a woman problem. Men don't do this. Men don't constantly go, actually, I agree with you. I just don't like
Why
to
don't you
deliver.
share
I don't think you've watched some
what you think
debating.
are
Well, they're
weaknesses
women.
with men in society today?
What's that?
If you truly are telling me that you have an objective view, I would like you to share what you think are some weak areas of men in our society. Honestly.
What does that... Wait a
Because
minute.
I want to see if you can actually be objective or if you're just a mouthpiece for your husband.
Oh, you think I'm just a mouthpiece?
I do.
Wow, I've never heard that one before, guys. That's brand new to me. I'm just a brainwashed
I guess I couldn't
woman.
think with my woman brain.
Yeah,
so
I can't
had
think.
to do something
well,
reused.
clearly I can't think with my woman brain. But if you'll be quiet long enough to let me talk, I'll explain this to you.
All ears.
It's because men generally, there's a male hierarchy, right? If you're a man and you act like a little bitch like that, you get beat up. You get stuffed in lockers. You get a swirly. Women are the only people who run around going, you know, I know that you're correct, but I just don't like the delivery. It made me feel a certain way. I'm in my feelings and I don't like the way that you said it.
It wasn't the way you...
That, by the way, is the reason that they've gone so far from where they were. I'm talking, of course, in regards to women. They used to shame each other for shameful actions. This used to be a common part of society about not even that long ago. And now you can't say anything that's bad against a woman. I'm not saying a man can't say it. Even the women themselves, for the most part, they can't say it without being judged. And because they're very communal, they want to be accepted by the people around them. So yeah, Rachel's completely right in what she's saying here.
You drove, it was
And
the
men-
tone.
Right, and then men who act that way are being feminine. They're being beta feminine bitches, and they get put in their
women
place.
have different tactics.
So
they
do you-
use social isolation.
Beta.
They use they have group
which is
tactics.
why
So
when
it looks
you're-
different
when
than how
you're
men
parsing out the
are
truth,
aggressive.
right?
Female aggression is different.
When you are parsing out the
Okay.
truth, you don't cater to women's stupid feelings.
So
about
you
it.
don't
Does that
value
make sense to
femininity?
you?
Okay, so
You don't
I value femininity, and femininity means you sit down and you be quiet when people are parsing out the truth and telling you what's what. You
Really?
don't sit there
Why are
and
you
go,
here then?
oh, I don't like the way that you... I'm here
None
in
of us-
my wisdom as an older woman to let all of you know that you're full of shit and you're
But
being
why
ridiculous.
aren't you at home being quiet and fulfilling your
When
feminine
I'm at
role?
home, I am.
She got a whole pass.
But you're here.
When I already said the patriarchy.
But I
gave me
would like
a
you to
pass.
answer my question, and I will respectfully listen. But but I would like you to answer my question. And the reason I ask it is because I want to see if you are able to view male and female strengths and weaknesses objectively. Because this podcast, and I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and assume because it is this
So
podcast.
you just want me to name a weakness of men?
I would like to see
women talk.
where you think are areas of men in society that are.
The woman in black, her name is Leonarda. She's got another great channel and she talks a lot about this as well. And yeah, she's right.
Weaker points.
Sure,
Yeah.
I would say that where men tend to go wrong is by being so desirous of women and putting them on a pedestal that they kind of go along and they, fluff them up and go along with their nonsense because they want. And I think that's probably the biggest weakness that a lot of men have.
Is there any weakness that you can list that doesn't have anything to do with women?
Women are not the best at anything.
You sound
Well,
like a misogynist.
that's not true.
Women are not.
We're the best at raising kids. We are the best
That's
at
not
raising
even
kids.
true because
better just
single,
hating on your
no, no,
own
no, no,
gender?
No, no, no,
I know what you're gonna say. Single dads do better than single
fathers
moms.
have a better turnout rate than single
Correct.
mothers.
Brian, the woman prattles out of control. I can't
Single
talk.
fathers have a better turnout rate than single mothers.
Okay. Respectfully, I would like
Sure.
to. Yeah.
So the problem right now is that we have an inverted social order. The social order is not meant to be that we must cater to women's feelings and that women have to be okay with how things are said and they have to approve and we have to convince them and we have to pull them over to our side.
Okay, so-
the way it's supposed to be is that the order is men, then women, then children. The men parse out the truth, they write the laws, they enforce the laws, they run society. The women can have their opinions all day, but it doesn't mean that anybody has to give a about them. Does that make sense?
So
you can have your
male
opinion.
passivity. You didn't list that. Do you think men in our society struggle with being passive? Because I would argue that that's something that's a problem.
I think there's a I've explained this 10 times. There's a hierarchy among males.
Okay.
The ones that end up at the top running things do not pay any attention to the passive bitches at the bottom and they get stuffed in lockers. They don't generally get to reproduce. So historically, every one of us sitting here has twice as many female ancestors as we have male ancestors. Yeah. The reason for that is that men have to compete to be worthy of reproduction. As a woman, all you have to do is drop eggs. That's it. Someone's going to come along and inseminate you. You don't have to be special. You don't have to do anything wonderful or unique. You don't have to compete necessarily. Now you can compete for higher quality as a woman, but to reproduce as a woman, all you have to do is be fertile. As a man, historically, you have to compete for the women. So the betas, the feminine men, they get used as cannon fodder, ditch diggers. It's tough being a man.
And I mean, this is true. Even in nature, if you've ever watched a nature documentary, you know this is the case. How many times have you seen two mountain goats fighting over watched a lot of documentaries, but how many times you watched two mountain goats fighting over whatever you call a female mountain goat? Okay, this is prevalent in nature itself, and she's right. The social order has been inverted, and this is the only species on Earth that, unless you can name another one apart from the bonobos, that have become this dysfunctional. And this has been done to us. Okay, this is something that's been produced. Okay, it's something that as I said, the corporations, the governments, and the media have pushed to an extreme degree.
And
sure.
It's really
Here's
tough.
my problem with your approach. As a woman of God, I would assume that you would put value in women, and that's what I don't hear in any of your arguments.
I put value in women as mothers, as wives, as caretakers. I think they don't belong in the workplace. They don't belong in college, with a few very minor exceptions, and here's why. We used to have communities. We used to have women that, like me, would spend their early years raising kids. As they get older and their kids start to leave the nest, they're helping the younger generations raise their kids. They're helping their sisters, their nieces, their daughters raise children. They're working in the church parish. They're working in the community. They're taking care of the elderly. We don't have that anymore because women are all in cubicles working for corporations and paying taxes.
Getting
And it's-
sexually harassed by
You see how it benefited them.
their
Exactly.
bosses instead of their husbands at home where they should be.
Where it's fun, where you want the smack on the ass, you know? So I know that you don't like my tone, and my message to all of you women out there who don't like my tone is I don't care. I don't care. If you can't get past your own feelings to hear what I'm saying, then you're going to doom yourself to a life.
It's your lack of Christ-likeness. That's what I don't like.
But she's a woman. She can't be like Christ.
I don't like that.
So you
kind
think
of talk.
Christianity?
I'm going to cut this off before we get into religion here. But look, if you're on YouTube, BitChute, or Rumble, you can head over to my Patreon page. It has the full videos on there. You can see all of them. And if you're on my Patreon already, we will keep going in just a moment. But if you're about to leave, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and comment below. Okay, Patreon members, let's keep going.